Hello guys, welcome back to some more Carnage Field action in the Porsche League. Now, have you ever wondered one very good way of trying to ruin a start in a league race? Well, you're about to see it. What you do is you brake about 2,000 miles too early, like this guy on my right hand side. He's done it. He has broken way too early. He's just going to cause a 42 car pile-up. Now that was totally avoidable. Now it was just stupid. Why do that? That was way off. I guess he was trying to brake for the short circuit. It was that early. I think he was trying to brake for the school circuit maybe. But then this set up a decent race between myself and P Devils here. We have got the task of trying to catch up with the pack. I just go into the back of him there, but we keep on going, gaining a position from that guy who spun out. And I do like this kind of situation. Well, I know this guy is good. We can try to work together to try and gain as many positions as possible. We were 15th and 16th respectively, him to me, when we both started trying to get through the pack here. So we can see what we can get. I was 16th. Let's see exactly how many positions I can get. I've gained 2 already. P-Del was there going through past the Porsche. Of course there's a Porsche, they're all Porsches. I can get that right at least. Moving to the end of the first lap of 3. He's going to kick off here. That guy is going to go off onto the grass. These two are going to lose momentum. And I'm going to get the drive into 11th place. Now this is the big worry I have. Going into turn 1 with people that close behind me. Are they going to brake too late this time and go into the back of me? Into turn 1, hold your breath. No, not quite. Thankfully they both missed me this time. And I'm still behind P Devils, although he has gained a bit of time. Into turn 5, I think that one is. And then on the exit, this guy's not going to quite get the speed I have. There's no opportunity for overtaking into this turn though. It's all about getting good exit speed. He goes off the gravel. I was going to go for the cutback move there. I just judged it too late. Going into the back of him, but then into the hairpin. Going around the outside, turning in nice and early to give myself a run around the outside. He's just going to get too eager on the throttle. He's going to go, his back end basically is going to step out. He's going to lose vital momentum. I'm through into the top 10. A guy rejoining the track here, just in front of Devils. So it's going to get quite congested, let's say, into the chicane at the end of the lap. The clumsy chicane, I've never liked that chicane. And then through the final turn, Super GT is going to use the Moses effect. And it worked beautifully, gaining 3 positions in, well, not even a second, probably half a second, going from 10th to 7th. Now that was good work. On lap 3 of 3, these two guys are just going to fight each other off, not sure why. Now up into my favourite position, looking at the back of 5th, he's going to cover the inside, so I'm going to go too deep into this one. Going to lose vital momentum on the exit. Devils is going to get the run on the outside. I have to respect his space there. And then through the turn, again having to respect him on the exit. We do make contact, but he did have enough space. And then into the chicane, or the hairpin, sorry. He's going to go almost into that back of that guy. And this guy's just going to edge me out wide onto the AstroTurf. So I'm going to have to concede the position to him. So if anything, because those two guys started battling, I've actually ended up losing a position out of all of this. Because I was 7th at the start of the lap, and then I think I would have comfortably finished 7th ahead of Devils had these two guys not come into the party. But then it all kicked off, and then I ended up losing position, if anything. Actually, I'm up into 7th now for some reason, so I've actually not actually done too badly out of that. So in the end, finishing 7th in that race, it was a decent race in the end, I guess, after that horror show of a start. But then, oh my god, we come to this race. Please don't remind me of this. This race was absolutely awful. Now you're going to see why at the end of lap 2 or 3. It was an absolute... Well, I made a video the other day of a horror show. This is horror show part 2. Because it just kind of just encapsulates everything that's wrong with this league. This game mode at least. These two guys are going to make contact. I'm going to go around the outside with the better momentum. Looking at the back of 4th. I'm going to get the better run on him into the 3rd to last turn, and then on the brakes just going to get the job done. Just graze those curbs on the inside. It throws the car off ever so slightly. but then getting hooked up with the second to last turn. He's got no chance around there. Down into the first gear for the final hairpin. It's a very sharp corner, probably the sharpest one in the game. Don't get a good exit though, grazing the wall as I accelerate away. So this guy is going to get a run on me. Just going to have to respect that he's on my inside. Give him the space on the right hand side into the first turn, or the first proper turn. I don't really count that right hand kink on the straight as a turn. That is the first proper turn. So into turn 2, what I would consider turn 2. Going for, well, I don't really even try to get the apex there. I was about 2,000 miles away from it. In fact, grazing the wall on the outside. Now this is where it kicks off. These two guys come out of the pits, and it's just going to all kick off completely here. The pit lane exit, is pretty much the apex for turn 1. How crazy is that? So these two guys who pitted come out right in the middle of the battle for the top 10 positions, and it just really just turns into an absolute travesty of a race, which I really did not enjoy. But I decided to carry on because, well, you kind of have to. This guy just goes wide, he comes back across, and he's just going to spin out. I'm not really sure I could have done much about that. He just turned across all of a sudden. These two guys make contact into the final turn. Cosmic's just going to barge his way through. He gets through into 5th. I've been demoted into 6th. Why do I find myself in this position all the time? I somehow do. And then I'm on the back foot now coming into the first turn. Guy behind me is ever so slightly gaining. So I'm going to get the brakes nice and early just to make sure I don't go into the back of Cosmic. He makes contact with the guy ahead, but I'm through into 5th. There was a guy off there. This guy behind me is looking up the inside as Cosmic goes up the inside. He's just going to make quite an aggressive move, but it wasn't too bad overall. And I'm going to get a better momentum on this guy. Looking up the inside now into the 90-degree right. And I'm going to, well, I kind of had my entire car alongside. He didn't really give me much space. He kind of forced me over the curb, and then that ended up with me making contact with him. I'm going to lose 2 more positions as a result of that. Just nudging the guy ahead as he goes through the turn, just having to back off. I don't want to overtake him because of that tap into the wall. So I'm on the back foot again as we go over the line for beyond the 50% mark of the race into turn 1. We do have a proximity arrow right behind us. That guy on the right hand side bailing out, and this guy is just going to come slowly across the track. It all kicks off, and I'm through into 6th position. Into the right hander, this back marker is just going to go for an awful move, and that was the same guy who broke really early on the Barcelona race just now. So that was a collection of very just awful moves from that guy. Don't know why he went for it. He was a back marker. Just don't do that. You just shouldn't do that on someone who is a lap ahead of you. Go for a stupid lunge. Now this is lap 6 of 8, getting a nice cut back on that guy, back into 6th position, and then at the end of lap 6, or the start of lap 7, sorry, we are going to get overtaken, are we? He's looking up the inside. I have seen his front wheel there, so I'm going to give him the position there, give him the space. These two guys have made contact, so I'm just going to graze the wall there, not quite concentrating, but we are through past those two guys. I'm just fearful that he's going to go for a lunge into this turn, and I can see that proximity arrow. My heartbeat raises very high as I see that, but thankfully he doesn't go for a lunge. This guy's just going to make contact with the wall. He goes out in time for me, but not in time for the guy in front. So I'm going to get a good run. Again, going for the slipstream, looking up the inside into the 3rd to last turn. Go very late on the brakes. I had to, really. There's no other choice. And then this guy is just going to cut back, having to respect that he had the track, he had the high ground basically, so I had to concede that position to him. And then at the end of lap 8, I'm just going to finish in my perennial 6th position where I always seem to finish for some reason. Some weird reason. The Forza gods don't want me to finish in the top 5 ever again, so I will always be condemned to 6th position. But that is going to bring a close to the video and probably the Porsche action for a while as the league changes. I hope you have enjoyed the coverage of the Porsche League, guys. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of the same. Hit the like button, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.